Wow, I just made a video about Blink-182 and how Tom DeLonge has reunited and they're going back on tour and they're coming to Tampa, Florida, July 10th. I'm going to go see them live. Fuck that.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Born and raised in South Bay, lower class punk ass, I was Northwood grade. I had it made. Spent my nights drinking with my mates. Just a short bus ride up to PA. Red River Red. Then I hit the wall and I knew I had to bounce. They still say that 19 years ago. Hell, I got the hell out. From time to time you may see me hanging around. Now I feel like a stranger in this town. Crossing roads is where I learned to play. Westwood Tavern's where I learned to walk away.
Hey, this is Mike. This is Ego and Vice. This is episode 94. Yeah, I can't believe the ticket prices on that Blink-182 reunion. Like, I know that Tom DeLonge guy is he's back in the band and the bros are back together. But man, that is gouging at the highest degree. Just blatant gouging too. And they're just laughing at you. You know, like if your favorite band is Blink-182, I feel bad for you because you are getting absolutely railroaded. You're either going to pay too much to go see that band, or you're not going to be able to go at all. Talk about dividing your fan base, or just, you know, maybe people that haven't seen you before, that type of thing. It's just like, you know, and people say, oh, it's not the band, it's Ticketmaster or whatever. It's like, you think the band, the size, the caliber of Blink-182 doesn't have a say in how much they charge to come see them? It's all done by their management. Like, they know everything that's going on. You know, they're not a pop band. They're the fucking evil empire. And they're absolutely laughing at you the whole time. They're like, can you believe people are paying this much money to watch us beat this dead horse again? But it's good because I was going to renovate my yacht, but I think I'll just buy a new one. I guess I'll have to play that second encore. Fucking brutal, man. There's not a band I would pay $1,000 to see. There's nobody. Not a single band. You know what I'd do? I'd go see a band that's 10 times better for a fraction of the cost. Or I would just save the money and just hit a whole bunch of local shows over the years. And the Blink-182 band and fan base relationship is really odd. A bunch of 50-year-olds, a bunch of men in their 50s in a band writing songs for teenagers, selling tickets to 30-somethings. Like, what is going on? But hey, man, to each his own. Like, people are buying them. Like like it's selling out, so I guess, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just everything that's wrong with everything, man. 2022, the world's like upside down, and you're spending $1,000 to go see Blink-182 to play songs that are 20 years old. It's bananas. Anyway, that's my 2 cents worth. Had to get it out. Just thought I'd say. Doesn't affect my life. Ain't going. Don't want to go. Would never pay that for anything. Anyway, I have an amazing guest on the podcast today. Her name is Zoe Towne. She is a local actor. She is a musician. She is a songwriter. She has a really, really entertaining YouTube channel. She's working her way up to be a professional roller skater. No, I don't know if that's true or not. But if you watch her YouTube channel, you'll see that she gets better every time she puts them on. And she makes a delightful cup of tea. Zoe's very admirable because she's a very creative person, and not just being creative, but she actually puts things into action. Like, she wanted to start a YouTube channel. She did it. She wanted to record a EP she wrote, recorded, and released a 5-song EP by herself. And like I said, I respect that. I respect that kind of creativity, and I respect that kind of ambition to put that out in the world, to actually get it done. I am going to have a conversation with Zoe on the other side of a song. The song I'm going to play is off her EP, Mint and Roses, which she released, I guess, during the pandemic. It's really good. I've known Zoe for about 5 or 6 years. We met back in the days of just playing. Our bands were playing gigs. I met Zoe the first time at the Black Sheep Inn in Wakefield. Right. So this is the title track off her EP called Mint and Roses. On the other side of this, we'll come back and we will have a conversation with Zoe Towne. This is Ego and Vice. This is episode 94.
Look fresh and alive, but the only thing that anyone knows is even rose petals will wither and die. I bake my bread in the kitchen on Thursday, so I can watch at least one of us rise. I wanna make something worth having on my worst day. Stop my brain from telling these lies. Wish I was 17, all skin and bones and idle dreams. Everything I've done still yet to come. Wish I was young again, with little thoughts and fewer friends. I'm making a mess out of me. Eyes grown tired from looking out the window. I'd rather watch the shadows on the wall. Make another cuppa every time I feel low. Everything is better when I feel small. Wish I was 21, all G&Ts and having fun. All of my regrets still yet undone. days of fate, always in pain. Oh, what a waste of time. I'm in my way, my mirrors made me blind, and the only fault is
Hello?
Hey, Zoe. It's Mike. How are you?
Oh, hey, Mike. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks. Feels like it's been forever since we've actually had a chat.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, totally. Well, I guess with the pandemic and everything, it's no one's seen anybody in forever, but it's a good thing that's kind of winding down now. What do you think?
It's trickling. It's trickling out. Fingers crossed. Knocking on wood.
Yeah, totally. Knocking on wood. You could probably relate to this. The hardest part for me during the pandemic was just not being able to play shows and stuff. And, I guess anybody in like any type of performance art, whether it be like you with acting and bands too, like music and stuff like that, was everything just got completely like ground to a halt, which was crazy.
Oh, I am indeed one of those people, and it was a huge adjustment. I had been, working a full-time job and then performing in two bands and then doing theater and film and I never sat down really. So I was just used to running around and working with a ton of people doing a ton of things, and it all stopped at once.
Yeah.
And it was, a massive adjustment for a while. It was really hard to not have those things to keep myself busy that were attached to my identity.
Yeah. That's it's well said. My thing was, the way I'd always explained it was kind of like I had like a balance in life where it was like I went to work and did the J job to kind of afford me to do the things I like to do. And it was always kind of a 50-50 thing. And, I was happy doing this and happy doing that. All of a sudden, it was just 100% in this basket. Like, I just went to work because I worked right through it and everything like that. So I was just like the work guy now. And I couldn't have band practice. I couldn't like book shows. I couldn't do anything. So it was a bummer. And the getting used to it for me was to find something that kind of made me happy. You know what I mean? Because all the stuff that kind of made me happy on a regular basis, I couldn't do. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I wasn't working for, I think, 5 months in the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I had nothing. It was very, very unsettling, but I don't know which would have been worse. Either way, it was definitely a weird feeling, and I had to find new things to like make myself happy.
During the pandemic, you did. I don't know if you started it during the pandemic. Maybe you did it before, but I guess maybe everyone, like, I had more time on my hands and I just stumbled across it. But you started a YouTube channel?
I did. I started a YouTube channel in the pandemic. Partially it was just something to do. I had started one years ago, probably when I was like 21, and I tried it for a while and didn't really keep up with it. And after so many years away, I almost said it as a joke, like, oh, I could do this to keep myself busy. I guess I'll start a YouTube channel again now that I have nothing interesting going on in my life to share. I finally have the time to make a video,
Right.
but I have nothing interesting to talk about. And then I decided to do it anyway. And I called it Lifestyle Vlogging from Someone Without a Life.
Nice.
And it was just like, me chronicling sort of the things I was doing at home to keep myself entertained and sharing that with people.
I came across the channel. I don't know how. I guess, well, we're friends on Facebook, so I guess I must have saw a post or something like that.
Probably. I share it on there.
Yeah, and I like to keep up with my friends, so I just watched one on a whim, and I remember I said that was very relaxing, because I think you like woke up and you made some tea and a cake or something like that, and you were just like trying on like or you're doing laundry or something, and it was just very tranquil to me. I don't know. And you had like what's that thing where people like sounds and they just listen to sounds where they like rub stuff on the
Oh, ASMR.
yeah,
Yep.
but when you made tea and stuff like that, it kind of like it reminded me of that because you had all those little noises or just the sound of or a good microphone anyway.
Oh, I love that. That makes me so happy to hear. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
it was
actually do love ASMR.
oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was kind of like. But yeah, no, it was really good. And I can kind of relate to it of doing something like that. It's just kind of like the way I do the podcast. It's just, obviously I don't know, but you don't like make any money from it. It's just something you do out of like,
No.
yeah, it's just kind of a little labor of love. And I admire creativity like that, where it's just like you have an idea and it goes from something to like reality where it's like you can kind of watch it. And I love nowadays we live in a world where it's just like you sit at home during a pandemic and you say, I want to start a YouTube channel. All of a sudden you have all these episodes and, and you can use creativity. Like, did you know how to edit and film and all that stuff prior?
Well, when I had started the channel years ago, I had taught myself to edit using Windows Movie Maker, which is a terrible program. It would crash every 5 minutes. So I got a new but similar video editing program and just kind of figured out the basics. Like I'm sure there's an actual professional way you could color correct, but I realized that I could add just like a text plate and select a background color for it and use no text and then dial down the transparency to like 5% and just have like a wash of color. It's very MacGyver-esque video editing, but yeah, a lot of it's just by feel and seeing what works and what feels like it would be enjoyable to watch.
How long does it take you to create an episode from like filming to posting on average?
It's kind of completely different for everyone that I do. Like when I first started, I was trying to put out a video a week. So I would film things during that week and take maybe a day or two to edit. And then another day to like upload it. Cause at first it was taking a really long time to upload and come up with a thumbnail and all those things. But now sometimes I'll work on a video for months if it's collecting little bits over time. Either way, it takes a couple days to edit it.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
The way I film, I love to make little, I guess, montages. So it's putting together a lot of teeny tiny little clips and splicing them together and making them feel like they're going at a decent pace with whatever music I've picked. So that in itself takes a little bit.
Well, I think it looks pretty great. It's entertaining and it looks pro to me. One thing too now that you chronicle on your YouTube channel is that you're now a roller skater.
Oh.
So you started a YouTube channel and you also started roller skating at the same time.
Exactly. It all works. It all works together.
Love to hear the story of that.
Oh yeah. I don't know. What was it in 2020? Roller skating made like a huge comeback on like TikTok and things. And I would see all these videos and I was like, oh, I really want to do that. That looks so cool. Completely forgetting that I have terrible balance. But I finally managed to get some roller skates and some safety gear because helmets are important.
Of course.
Especially when you have no balance and you're trying a new sport. And pads. Yeah. Elbow pads, knee pads come in very handy. Definitely recommend those. Yeah, I documented me learning to roller skate, and I still do because I don't go out often enough to really, I've been doing this for over a year now, but I do it so infrequently that the progress is not quick. But you don't have to be good at something to do it and to enjoy it, I think.
No, it's not like you're competing. It's just you're doing it as a pastime. I skateboarded all like my younger days growing up, so I understand like I didn't wear pads because I was young and stupid, but I can imagine if I always want to like I have a friend who skateboards and he's always like, we should go to the skate parks. There's like skate parks everywhere, and it's just like, okay, I'd have to get like a helmet. I'd have to get like hip pads and like knee pads and stuff. But I don't know, getting too old and brittle. Anyway.
Like I'm not 16 anymore.
I know, right? Well, I am up here sometimes, but yeah,
mentally.
As soon as I got out there, as soon as I fell once, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I think I'm over this. But
Yeah, I've scraped myself up pretty good a few times.
Yeah.
Apparently they're opening up an indoor roller skating rink. Uh,
Was that wheelies thing I saw? Was it called
Maybe. I don't remember
wheelies?
what it's called, but they're opening up a skating rink. I think they're hoping to open it December, so that'll mean I'll actually have somewhere to practice in the winter, which would be super cool.
That's amazing. Here's a funny thing. If the place, because I saw an ad today, like on Facebook or something, and it was something like coming soon, Wheelies indoor roller skating park. And when I grew up in Thunder Bay, our thing to do there was a roller skating place called Wheelies, and it's just like,
Oh,
what? Yeah, that was a very cool thing back in the day. But I'm old, and that's what happened. That's what we did.
I think we should have it. I'm looking it up to see what it's called.
Yeah. If it's wheelies, I think that's super funny because then I've just come full circle in my roller
Oh,
skating.
it's called Four Wheelies.
Four wheelies. Okay, I saw
Yeah,
something
you're
about
right.
wheelies. Yeah, well, there you go. That's going to be fun. So for the YouTube channel, now that the pandemic's over, and obviously we're going to talk about how busy you are outside of the house now, are you still putting out videos? I saw one that came out I saw you posted one a little bit earlier.
I did, yeah. I've still kept up. I'm doing it less frequently just
Mm-hmm.
because going back to work and back to doing my outside of the home things
Exactly.
takes up a little bit more time. But that's kind of all the more reason to keep filming the things that I'm doing because I think they're more interesting. So I've been posting them when I can, and I think they're better than they were when I was just making tea and hanging out in my pajamas. I mean, as relaxing as those were.
Well, now it's
Um,
like a day in the life, right? When you're just out doing your thing and stuff can actually happen as opposed to laundry, right? Where it's like, wow,
exactly.
look at this exciting thing.
Now that
Um,
I've been able to get more into more acting work, it's been more fun to share those kinds of adventures with people.
yeah, I'd imagine a lot more content, a lot more action. um, last thing on the YouTube channel, what's the official name again, and what do people look for if they want to see it?
Yeah, my channel name is Zoe Elspeth on YouTube, mostly because my middle name is Elizabeth, and I usually go by Zoe Elizabeth on
Hmm.
social media. But that name is so freaking common that
Really?
it's really hard to find
Yeah. Hi,
if you were to
I'm Mike. Nice to meet you.
exactly. So I wanted to do a little variation of it that would be a little easier to find on YouTube.
Amazing. And to the good listener, if you're going to check out Zoe's YouTube channel, when you're there, hit like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
It's a really great show. It's really well done, and I think you will like it a lot. Check it out. As far as outside stuff, let's talk about that. So the bands you had touched on, Jumpin' Joel Flash and the Magic Machine was one of them,
Yes.
and Valois, was that?
Yeah, Valois was the other.
Is my brain correct?
Yes.
What's going on with that stuff?
Well, Jump and Joe Flash and the Magic Machine, we are slowly starting to get back into rehearsing together. It's really cool. It was a long time since we've seen each other, but it's
Hmm.
just so exciting to be able to make music with people again. When we were almost singing the harmonies, we had this excitement, like, oh my gosh, guys. And I think we're hoping to do some gigs in the new year. So that's exciting. Valois, I'm not sure if we're going to be coming back. Our band leader, Charlie, has been making huge strides with their solo project, Lady Charles.
Lady Charles.
And they're doing really amazing stuff with that.
So that's cool. Yeah, Jumpin' Joel Flash. Joel's been on Ego and Vice or on the podcast before, and so have you way back then, like years ago.
Oh, a long time ago,
You
yeah.
guys came on as the band, so I'm really happy. I was curious about that because I haven't heard actually not that much from Joel either online, which is uncommon because he's usually very vocal, or very posty. But I don't know. I'm glad that things are rolling in that direction. I'd love to see you guys again.
They are. I feel like, I don't know if I can't speak for everyone, but I guess for me, I would liken it to, I felt like before the pandemic, I had spent so many years building up and I was juggling like 12 balls. Like,
Mhm.
you know, when you juggle, you have to kind of add each one in slowly.
Of course.
And I had built them up and built up this momentum. So I was juggling so many things. And when I had to put them all down again, like you just can't pick them all back up at the same time. You kind of have to start with one or two, and then when you have the hang of that, you can add in like a third thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that with all the different aspects of my life, like I can really only handle adding one thing back in at a time. And then once I get the hang of it, I'm like, okay, now let's try and bring this aspect of my life back in.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Like, I had a ton of things on the go, multiple bands, the podcast, work, everything, right? And
Hmm.
but all that schedule that was built over the course of years. Everything gets kind of put in place, and you find time for it, and you work it in. Then all of a sudden, it gets stopped, so you have nothing to do. And I think we've all kind of changed over the last 2.5 years. I guess, of course, you have to change, but then to think that once everything kind of starts up again, you're gonna just fall back into that routine like seamlessly is, it's kind of crazy. You have to kind of find place for it in your whole new mindset. Well, I did anyway. Like, I'm much lazier now. Like, I'm motivated. I've always been motivated to like get back at it and do stuff and that, but it's just some days just getting out of the gates is just kind of like, all right, if I must. It's been great though, starting it up again, now that everything's kind of coming alive again, because everyone's all excited and everyone's like really happy to like be doing stuff again, but in a different way, and that's interesting too, right?
Yeah,
Like you just said.
with a lot more gratitude and a lot more patience, I hope, for
Right.
ourselves and for each other.
Yeah. Enjoy what you have because it can be taken away.
Exactly.
Exactly. The biggie though that you're probably back, I know you're back at, is your acting career. And you've had lots of
Yes.
exciting things. And I remember what was it? Murder in High Heels. I remember of course the Ouija Shark. You probably have a long filmography list.
Oh,
But
Ouija Shark.
yeah, oh yeah. And Mayfair, you were involved in Mayfair Theater. What's going on with them? Are they back up and running now?
The Mayfair Theater, like the
Oh, I
movie
mean
theater.
the Gladstone.
Oh, I had done a couple shows at the Gladstone. I think they have stuff going on now. I haven't started doing any theater since coming back from the pandemic.
Hmm.
I kind of just jumped right into film. Well, actually, I jumped right into signing with an agent.
Amazing.
So now I have representation, and I'm going for, whole whack of a more professional level of jobs because I've been acting for, gosh, like 10 years,
Hmm.
mostly doing, yeah, local theater and little short films for festivals and stuff. And I'm still doing those, but I'm also kind of stepping into this larger arena, which is very exciting and very intimidating. But I've had some really good experiences so far, which has been awesome.
Yeah, that's having an agent. I'm sure helps like so much too. That's like a band having a manager. It's like where do I start? I know. I'll just ask my manager. Now it's like you have an agent who
Exactly.
can. Is it like in the movies where they're like the agent calls and they're like, "We may got something for you" or something?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Mostly she just kind of sends me like auditions and then I do them. But then when I get them, she'll be like, "Hey, can you call me?" And I'll
Right.
call her back. She'll be like, "Hey, guess what? You got
Well,
the part."
I guess you got a pretty good surprise just recently about something about Sweden.
I did.
Did you want to break that down for us?
I booked a commercial in Sweden.
No.
Um, and that was very much a case where that happened. My agent was actually busy at TIFF, and she was like, "Hey, I'm on break right now. Can you call me?"
Hmm.
And I did, and she's like, "Hey, guess who's going to Sweden?" So yeah, it was this commercial, and to film it, they flew me out there. Like flight accommodations, like that's all covered. They just kind of send you out there and
Uh-huh.
you film. It was amazing. I've never even been to Europe before, so to get to go for the first time for a job like that, it's just bonkers. It's wild.
And you literally just like, I guess obviously because they hired you, that was all inclusive, paid, everything was taken care of. You just had to be where you needed to be, where you needed to be, and then you were.
Exactly. So yeah, I got picked up and brought to the airport. All my flights were, planned ahead. I
What was the timeline between the phone call where you got the job and you were actually in Sweden? Like, it just seems crazy that you went to Sweden.
I had done the audition, and then about 2 weeks later, I heard back that I had a call back the next day.
Hmm.
So then I did that callback on, I believe it was, yeah, a Wednesday. Then I found out I got the part Friday afternoon. And then I was leaving for Sweden the next Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Wednesday morning.
Wow.
It was a fast turnaround time. It was kind of wild. I did have to tell my boss, like, I gotta go to Sweden next week.
That was
Thank
my
goodness
question.
she was
It's like,
supportive.
it's like, what do you say to your boss? I wasn't going to Sweden yesterday, but now I'm going to Sweden. So
But now I'm going to Sweden.
yeah.
Luckily, she's very enthusiastic about my acting career. I had told her when I signed with my agent, like, hey, um, I'm doing this and I'm really going to try to make this, more of a career. I might book things right away. I might not book things at all. I just know that when I do, I will have to take off.
Right.
But she was like, cool, we'd rather have you here when we have you than, not have you at all. So I'm really, really grateful for that.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the life, though. Stuff happens, and you have to. As long as you have a job. How long have you been where you're working?
I work as a cake decorator at a bakery and I've been there for, gosh, about 10 years
Oh,
now.
okay. So
Yeah,
you got lots of pull there. Well, lots of clout because you've been there so long. It's like I
exactly.
will come back. I'm not quitting. Like I'm not
I'm
leaving you.
not, you
Yeah.
can trust me.
And you may have answered this already, but how long were you actually there for?
Gosh, like 3 days?
That's it, eh?
Yeah, well, I left Wednesday morning, got there Thursday morning, like their time.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, that was about 4:30 in the morning.
Mm.
So I had that first Thursday to just like sleep and recover. Then on the Friday, I had the morning off and then a costume fitting in the afternoon. And then on Saturday, I was filming all day till like 2 in the morning. And then Sunday morning, I was back on 3 flights to Canada.
Right, and then you woke up in your own place and went, "What the hell just happened?"
I said, where'd the week go? I was in Sweden.
So for the commercial, how do you see it? Does it just air in Sweden?
I'm not sure. They don't really give us that kind of detail. I guess when there's always the chance that they won't end up using something that you're in. But I mean, hopefully they do. And hopefully they let me know when they do so that I can see it.
Yeah, is that the thing with acting though? Is it like because I think of like if I filmed something for somebody, I'd be like, I totally want to see that because I don't do that too often. As an actor, like who's like seasoned, who does it all the time, do you think is it normal for actors to go in and just do the job and then leave and not care if they see it or not?
I don't know. I guess it depends on what kind of project it is. I still want to see everything.
Yeah.
So, for example, I on my second audition after signing with my agent, I booked a small role in a union film, like a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Ah.
And that comes out. I don't know when this podcast will come out, but that movie
Well,
comes out.
before
uh,
Christmas, it'll come out.
yeah,
The
October
podcast, I mean.
21st.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah. Oh yeah, the movie comes out October 21st and
Okay.
it'll be on the Hallmark Channel, sporadically because they're always showing Christmas movies.
Yeah.
But until it does, I actually have no idea if my scene is still in it or not.
Oh,
Like I hope, like there's always a chance it could have gotten cut, right?
right.
But I'm
Well,
hoping it wasn't.
hope not. I guess that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know much about the acting business, but it sounds exciting. It'd be a bummer if you weren't in it, but you still got paid, right?
Exactly. I
All
got paid.
right.
I had a good experience. I met good people.
If the scene doesn't make it in the movie, can it still go on like a resume? Like I was in this, even if I wasn't in
I,
it?
I think so.
Okay, so it
From
all
what
works.
I've
It all
read
works
on
out.
the internet, that's what they say. Is
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to put it on your resume.
You'd think, because you still put the time in and you put the work in. You still worked. It's like, yeah, okay. Um,
Exactly.
that's exciting. The whole Sweden thing's super exciting. What's Three Gifts?
Oh, Three Gifts is a short horror film that I'm in that is part of a anthology horror film festival called Monster Pool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a bunch of individual filmmakers will make their own short films about I think they have to be under 6 minutes and then I'll submit them to this festival and it gets shown at the Mayfair Theater as like a long, like as one movie, but it's just a series of short films. So Three Gifts is, yeah, the one I was in, and it's, I guess, like a psychological thriller. I think it's going to be really good. I'm really excited about it.
Cool. Yeah, I saw the as I was preparing for this completely impromptu conversation.
Mm.
I came across the trailer and it looked kind of interesting, kind of spooky, right? There's the one person on screen, and is that your voice, like the voiceover speaking?
Yeah, it's the two, me and the other actress, like having a conversation.
Yeah, but it's very like, what are they talking about? So
Oh,
spooky,
you'll have to
yeah. So it is a
see.
horror, eh? That's pretty fun. And then you said that's at the Mayfair. That's cool.
Yeah, that one's going to be showing October 20th, actually. So
Very cool.
busy week.
So do you have anything else on the go you want to talk about?
Yeah, so in August, I got a lead role in an indie horror film called The Wiccan Girl.
Nice.
Um, so I was spent most of August filming that, and we still have a little bit more filming to do, but after that, it's pretty much ready for post-production, and it's apparently getting distribution in Nigeria. Like it's a big, there's a big film community over there, Nollywood,
Huh.
Nigerian Hollywood. It's a big thing.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I guess most of the filming has been here in Ottawa.
Yeah, we've been filming it kind of out on the outskirts and around Ottawa. So I think we were in North Gore for a while. Then we were out just past Wakefield in Quebec. It's a lot of in the woods. It's a lot of like cabins and running through the woods and stuff. Yes. Yeah, I wasn't in that one.
I saw that movie. I went and saw the premiere at the Mayfair, and it was so cool to see like people I knew like at a movie
On the
theater.
big screen. It's
Like I
cool.
was eating like popcorn and stuff, so that's cool. October 20th, you said Three Gifts is coming out and is playing at the Mayfair.
Yes.
So there you go, folks. Go and see Zoe on the big screen. It will be a fun experience, and the Mayfair has the best movie popcorn in town. So there's that. I came across an article today. Not an article. I was reading the newspaper, and I came across like a thing on social media today that, speaking of Ouiji Shark, they're making a sequel to Ouiji Shark. Ouiji Shark 2's coming out.
I know. Ouija Shark 2.
Oh, you heard about that too? It's not just
Yeah.
okay. All right.
I'm not in it, of course.
No, freaking.
I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for Ouija Shark 1, but like,
yeah, it's like I died in the first one.
but I kind of died.
Yeah. I wrote a song for Ouija Shark.
You did. Your band did, right?
Maybe I should get an agent. What the hell's going on around here? Where are my royalty checks? Am I not entitled to some monetary compensation for all my blood, sweat, and tears?
I feel like you should be able to. I don't know. Like, did you register it with SOCAN? I don't know if that like makes a difference. I think I was paid in Timbits.
I didn't get Timbits.
And if you look on YouTube, actually, you will see that a lot of people have made videos of like reacting to Ouija Shark, where
Really?
they like watch it and make fun of it. Yeah. So it's gotten a little bit of infamy.
Oh, maybe I'll look that up. Ouija Shark.
Yeah. I guess I still get people like popping into my DMs like, hey, you were in Ouija Shark. And that's pretty much the gist of the messages that I get. And then every once in a while I'll respond and be like, yeah, I was. And they're like, oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, until I got eaten.
It's really bad, right? It's like a bad movie. And I'm like, let me stop you right there. It's called Ouija Shark.
Yeah, right.
What did you think you were going to watch?
Yeah, what did you think you were getting yourself into?
I knew from the title the second I got involved.
Is it okay? Are we at a level where it's like it's so bad it's good though, or is it just so bad it's bad?
I think Ouija Shark might be a bit of so bad it's good. I think that's the only way to explain why there are so many people who have made content about it on YouTube.
What do they call that? They call it's a cult classic.
Yeah. I mean, and now there's enough demand for a sequel, which apparently is getting lots of attention in Japan.
That's my people. Maybe I got to talk. Yeah, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I got to follow up on this whole Ouija Shark song thing. Maybe it's all because of the song.
Maybe it's all because of the song.
Your shark eating scene and my song. There you go.
Exactly. Best parts of the movie.
I know. They should. When do we get our calls about the sequel? Come on now.
I don't know. I want to be brought back to life. I don't want to be in the sequel. I think they're already finished the sequel.
Well, there's obviously ghosts in the Ouija verse, so you can get brought back to life.
I know.
To
We should
warn
both be
everyone.
ghosts.
To warn everyone.
Ouija Shark 3. Ouija Shark 3.
Ouiji Shark 3, son of Ouija Shark. Hey, I also heard a rumor that during the pandemic, you had another project that you completed. You wrote and recorded a 5-song EP of original music.
I did actually. That was pre-YouTube channel. The first thing that I really did, well, I wasn't working at all and I had nothing going on, was I wrote, recorded, like mixed, produced, released, everything, my own EP,
That's amazing.
which I'd never done any of that before.
What was the process? Like, how'd you do it? You did it from home?
I did. I did it at home with this mic that I'm using right now. It's a USB mic that plugs directly into your computer.
Mm-hmm.
I made a blanket fort in my room to record in,
Like a sound booth?
like a little sound booth, except it was a blanket fort.
A sound fort.
Exactly, and recorded it, and then just spent months figuring out how to edit music, I guess, to mix music. That's probably the cool word to say, not edit.
No, that's fine. That's about right. Mix. Well, mix, yeah. But yeah, editing. There's lots of editing in music too, for sure.
Exactly, layering it and all that.
How long did it take you to? Did you have songs that were kicking around, or did you just started the project like from scratch, or?
No, I had some songs because I've been writing songs since I was a teenager, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I always felt like, oh, they're not good enough. Like no one ever wants to listen to this. But as with most things in life, once you stop caring about that, whether you're good enough and you just do the
Yeah.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
you make a lot more progress.
Absolutely.
So some of the songs on the EP were older, and some of them I wrote during the pandemic, like about how I was feeling at the time. So I started that project, I would say, in the spring, and then I released it in November
Amazing.
of 2020. Yeah.
And is it available anywhere?
Yeah, it's on pretty much anywhere you stream music, Spotify, Apple Music, but it's also on Bandcamp.
Cool. I'm gonna. I always put songs on the podcast that usually relate to the band I'm having on, or I'll ask someone who's not in a band if what music they request. Do you mind if I play some of it on the podcast?
No, not at all. That'd be awesome.
Cool. And like I said, I'll always post the podcast with links to all your stuff so people can find you and take a look, like your YouTube plus now Mint and Roses.
Yes, that'd be great. Please check out my stuff. Please give me attention.
Absolutely. That's super fun. Yeah, I'm excited to listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it later. Okay, well, you sound super busy, and it's not like you've been short of things to do. Or, like I said earlier, I think it's great that you wrote an EP, you've created a YouTube channel, you've got an agent, you're flying to Sweden. You know what I mean? That's living your best life and working hard, and I appreciate that. I respect that a lot.
Thanks. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to do the things.
Hey, that's that's a lot of things, and some people sit on the couch all day, so good for you.
I'd love to do that too.
Yeah, right? I know. Anyway. Okay, but I'm going to let you go. It's been awesome catching up.
Thanks so much for calling.
Yeah, for sure. It was great chatting, and I'm going to post all your links, so people check out her Zoe's YouTube channel. Check out the EP, Mint and Roses, on Bandcamp or Spotify. Remember, 3 Gifts is playing at the Mayfair next Thursday. That's October 20th, I believe. All your other projects, good luck. Do you have anything you want to shout out? Anybody you want to say hello to?
I just want to say thanks for anyone who stuck around to the end.
Right on. That's what I like. I'd like to say hi to those people as well. All right, Zoe, it's been awesome. And take care, and I'll talk to you real soon.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye.
Tried to write a letter to tell you how I feel, but I hate the sight of my handwriting. So now it's in a song, and still the words all come out wrong, and I don't know what it is I'm fighting. you, I choose you every day. You're the best thing, I hope you feel the same. And I love that I get to watch you grow and change. And I hope you know I love you every day. I love you every day. Ooh, 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 ooh. I love waking up with you. You know I need my coffee or I'll be in a mood. So you walk with me down to the cafe, to messy heads of hair and brown and gray. In moments like this, it really seems to be that I'm sticking with you, and you'll be stuck with me. So let me say I miss you, I love you, I choose you every day. You're the best thing, I hope you feel the same. And I love that I get to watch you grow and change. And I hope you know I love you every day. I love you every day. And no one could know that we would fall in love, fall in love. And no one could know that it would be a love like the love that we made. So let me say I miss you, I love you, I choose you every day. You're the best thing, I hope you feel the same. And I love that I get to watch you grow and change. And I hope you know I love you every day. I love you every day.
Hey, that was Every Day off Zoe Towne's EP, Mint and Roses. You can find that at Bandcamp or on Spotify. Just search Zoe Towne, Mint and Roses. I'd like to thank Zoe for coming on the podcast. It's always nice to catch up with friends you haven't talked to in a while. And she's, like I said, she's a cool dude. Good conversation. That's it for me. If you want to get a hold of me, you can always contact me at egoandvice@gmail.com. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can search it on Podomatic, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, all that streaming places. Yeah. Anyway, just search Ego and Vice Podcast. I'm the only one, and it is trademarked, so you can't rip me off. Yeah, I guess that's it for the week. Stay safe, and watch out for those ticket gougers, because they're going to get you. Later.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Wanna rest in South Bay.